Now, I want to talk to you guys about simple past. Yes, as I said, this is going to be a lesson where I show you how to organize your questions. But if you want to turn this exercise, this video, into a practical exercise, a practical speaking exercise, you will need to do what I told you at the beginning of this video. You will have to follow my recommendation and think of subjects, of topics, and based on the topics, you will use this grammar lesson to ask questions connected to the subjects that you chose from your list, okay? Now, in the simple past, you will need did, okay? Now, here you will need did, or you can use verb to be. Verb to be in the past is, we have two options, was or were, okay? I don't have any other option, so was or were. So here, let's start with did. If you follow the colors again, the sequence is very similar, very, very similar. The only difference is that now I'm not going to use do, I'm not going to use does. I use did because did is what's going to show me this is a question in the simple past form, in the simple past tense. If I use do in a simple past question, it may be difficult for the listener to understand what I'm saying. If you use a complement, a time expression like yesterday or last week or 2 weeks ago, the person may understand, but at the beginning, he or she may be a little confused, okay? So here, the sequence. Pink, did. I start with did. This is a yes or no question. Did, then my yellow, the pronoun, the subject. Did you enjoy, the verb? Did you enjoy the movie last night? Did you like the movie last night? I don't know. Have you watched a movie? Did you watch a movie last night? Did you enjoy the movie last night? Did James tell you the news? So here I follow the same sequence. Did, then the subject, James, then the verb, tell, then the rest of the sentence. Because if I stop at, did James tell? Did James tell the news? Did James tell you his secret? Did our cousin come here last weekend? Did the kids... I forgot to remove sleep. I have two verbs here. Disclaimer, if you're only listening, if you're not watching, have, I should have deleted have and included sleep. Did the kids sleep well last night? So here the verb should have been sleep, okay? Did the kids sleep well last night? So I follow the same sequence, okay? Now, I can also ask questions with verb to be in the simple past. Just keep in mind that if I ask questions with verb to be in the simple past, they are more limited. They're very specific questions. I don't have so many options. As I said, the same thing that happens in the present will happen in the past. I'll be able to ask questions about adjectives. I'll be able to use some nouns. And here again, I'm confirming yes or no. Were you tired last night? Were you home this morning? Oh, okay. Were you late for work yesterday? So were you late? Late, adjective. Were you late yesterday? Were you hungry this afternoon? The questions are more limited, okay? So here, if I follow the colors, same thing. I use verb to be, was or were. What's the difference? I, he, she, it was. We, you, they were. Okay, that's the difference. The meaning, the translation is the same. Okay? Then my subject, he, she, it, the dog, the car, the news, the game, the people. Then the complement. Anything that will be necessary to complete the idea of the question I want to ask. Okay? So were you upset this morning? Were you okay? Were you okay this morning? No, I wasn't okay. But teacher, do I change the verb? You are changing verb to be. Why you are not changing the other verbs? In the simple past, when I am asking questions, I do not change the verb in the question, okay? The verb stays the same in the base form because I'm using did. If I am using verb to be, if I want to ask a question with verb to be, then I change verb to be. I change into the past form. Any other verb will not have that case. Well, with the exception of can. Can in the past, could. This is a conversation for another video, and I have channels where and I have videos where I talk about can and could and other modal verbs. So here, if I'm asking questions with did, the verb stays in the base form, no changes, nothing happens. But if I am asking a question with verb to be changes, were or was, okay? Now, if I want to ask open-ended questions, if you see the color again, white, pink, yellow, orange, and blue, I follow the very same sequence. What did you do last night? So what is the white color? I start with the W8. Then I move on and I follow the same sequence. Did, then you in yellow, then the verb in orange, then last night in blue. Last night completes the idea. Okay? Where did James buy his new shirt? James, very elegant. So I want to know where he bought his shirt. Where did James buy his new shirt? Who did your cousin want to see? When did your children go to Canada? So here, I start with the W8 and I follow the same sequence. If I want to do that with verb to be, I can. I follow the sequence again. W8, what, where, when, how, which, whose, how long. Then I use verb to be, then the subject, and then the complement if necessary. When was the party? Why were the kids angry? Okay, so I follow the sequence. If you want a recommendation, Denise, I said there is a typing mistake, okay? Now, yes, if you want to study, and I hope you study after watching this lesson, open a Word file, okay? And then you can try to do this, use the colors that I am showing you here. If you are a visual learner, this is great. Open a Word file and follow the sequence I am giving you. Maybe you have to change the white color because on Word it's white, so everything's going to be white. You can change to black. You can change the color, but follow the sequence that I'm giving you here, and that will help you organize your questions. Many English learners do not know how to organize their questions in English. So this is a good kind of practice to help you in real life conversations, okay?